Good evening, all of you. We are trying to understand what is shell scripting and why we need to go for shell scripting. First of all, what is a shell? Shell is a interface between the user and the kernel. Shell is an interface between user and kernel. When we try to execute a command, shell will read our command, will give that command as an instruction to kernel, then kernel will execute that with the operating system. All right. Now here kernel will be available, then here our computer hardware components will be available, then here shell will be available, and here user will be available who is going to execute that command. The shell is going to act as a mediator between the user and kernel. So now I am one end user. I want to execute some Linux commands. I'm a user. I want to execute some Linux commands. Then I'm going to interact with shell. Now this is shell. Whatever the command that I am executing, that shell will read my command, will give that command as a input to kernel. Now kernel is going to interact with the OS. That is going to communicate with the hardware components of our machine. Hardware components of our machine. Right? Then that command is going to execute. All right. User will communicate with the shell. Shell will communicate with the kernel. Whatever the command we will give, that shell will read the command given by the user, then it will verify syntax of that command. Shell will verify command syntax for the given command. If command syntax is valid, then if command is correct, if the syntax of the command is correct, then shell will give that command to kernel. Kernel will interact with the hardware components of our machine and it is going to execute that command. We have several cells in the Linux. We have multiple cells. In Linux machine. How to check the default shell? To check the default shell of our machine, we can execute below command. To check default shell of our machine, we can execute below command. What is the command, guys? We can execute below command. Could you please tell me which command I need to execute to check the default shell of our machine? Echo $of shell. Echo $of shell. Now go to here. Echo $of shell. It is going to print what is the default shell which is using in our machine. /bin/bash. Nothing but we are using bash shell in our machine. Now, after this, we discussed about what is scripting. Could you please tell me what is scripting? Scripting is the process of executing the commands by storing in a file. Scripting is nothing but storing set of commands in a file and executing them. Scripting is nothing but storing set of commands in a file and executing them. Scripting is nothing but storing set of commands in a file and executing them. Script files will have .sh extension. Script files will have .sh as extension. Like this you can write it, task.sh. So this is a script file. Inside this script file you can write several commands and you can execute. As we are executing script file using shell, it is called as shell scripting. As we are executing as we are executing script files using shell, it is called as shell scripting. It is called as shell scripting. Using shell scripting, we can automate our regular work. Using shell scripting, we can automate our regular work. Now, to execute the shell script file, we need to have to execute the script file. To execute script file, we should have execute permission. We should have execute permission. How to give the execute permission for the script file? chmod for user execute permission, then you give the script file name. For which file you want to provide the execute permission, you execute chmod of user plus x. That means for user I am giving execute permission for the script file. To execute the script, we can execute the below command. What is the command to execute the script? To execute shell script file, to execute the script file, to execute script file, we can use below command. What is the command we use to execute the file, guys? We are executing the shell script file by using /script file name. /script file name. Like this, we are executing our script files. Are you guys clear with this one? What we discussed in the last session? Now, shell is an interface between the user and the kernel. When a user executes a command, shell is going to read that command and shell is going to check the syntax of that command. If the syntax of the command is valid, then shell will give that command to kernel. Then kernel will execute that command with our operating system and it is going to interact with hardware components. Shell will verify command syntax. Okay. In the Linux machine, we will have multiple shells. How to check what is the default shell in the Linux? By using echo $shell, it is going to print the default shell. Scripting is nothing but storing set of commands in a file and executing. Now, I want to install server and I want to start the server. I want to stop the server. Whatever the activity that you do individually, you can write all those commands in a file and you can execute that file. That is called shell scripting. Scripting is nothing but storing set of commands in a file and executing them. Script files will have .sh as an extension. Now, you are going to create a script file and you are keeping some commands in the script file and you are going to execute that script file. In order to execute that script file, you need to have execute permission. In order to execute the script file, you need to have execute permission. Can you please tell me which command is used to work with the file permissions in the Linux? Could you please tell me which command is used to work with the file permissions in the Linux? We are using which command, guys? Which command is used to work with the file permissions in the Linux? chmod command, u plus x. I'm giving the execute permission for that file. Then I'm executing. So this is the command we are using to execute that file. This is the command we are using to execute that file. Now go to our present working directory. Ubuntu is my present working directory. ls-l. Here we have several script files. Task.sh available, task1.sh available, greeting.sh is available. Now, could you please execute task.sh file? Now, how to execute it? /task.sh. Now, see here, it is executing the commands which are available in that file. It is printing the present working directory. It is printing the username. It is printing all the files available in the present working directory. So my script file is executing. Do I need to execute these commands separately or I can execute them as a script now? Present working directory, who am I, ls-l. These commands I need to execute separately or I can execute them as a script now. I can execute them as a script now. Okay, fine. We understood what is a shell and what is a scripting. But now tell me why we need to do this shell scripting in the Linux. What is the purpose of doing this shell scripting? What is the advantage of going for shell scripting? Where we will use this in the real-time project? Can anyone tell me what is the advantage of doing this shell scripting? Using this shell scripting, we can automate the work. Using shell scripting, we can automate our regular work. Using this shell scripting, we can automate our regular work. In real time, we will use scripting to restart our servers, to take the backup of the log files, right? To install the softwares, whatever you want to do in the project, that can be automated by using shell script. In projects, in real time, we need to restart our servers. In the real time, we will have below works in the project. What are those things? Update the softwares, update software packages. Second one, take logs backup, take server logs backup, restart the servers. Now, instead of doing this work manually and deploy the project into server, deploy latest code into server, all these things are very common in every project in the real time. Our applications are going to run in the Linux machines only in the real time. Windows we will use for our personal purpose. Windows machines we are going to use for our personal purpose, and for the deployment purpose we are going to use only Linux machines. Okay, now we need to restart our servers. We need to take the server logs backup. We need to deploy the latest code into servers, right? All the above works can be automated by using shell scripting. Note, all the above work we can automate using shell scripting. All the above work we can automate by using shell scripting. All right. With this, do you understand the importance of the shell scripting in the real time? Do you understand the importance of the shell scripting in the real time? Yeah, deleting the temporary files. Deleting the temporary files also is one of the tasks that we can do by using shell scripting. Very good. Now, guys, when we are going for shell scripting, we need to learn these things, guys. First one, variables. Now here, guys, in the programming languages, we have variables and data types, but in the shell scripting, there is no concept of data type. We have variables available, then control statements available, case statements available, loops available, functions available. Variables, control statements, case statements, loops, and functions available here. Whenever you are going to work with the shell scripting, you need to have the knowledge on these things, guys. Variables, control statements, case statements, like switch case, loops, then functions. Now, what are variables here? Variables are used to store the data. What is the variable, guys? Variable is used to store the data. For example, I will give name is equal to Raju. Age is equal to 20. Gender is equal to male. Now, what are these things here? These are variables which are used to store the data. Similarly, in the shell scripting also, we are going to use variables. What is the purpose of variables in the scripting? Variables are used to store the data. And next one, control statements are available. Control statements are used to execute commands based on conditions. What is the purpose of control statements? Control statements are used to execute the commands based on conditions. Like if, else if like that, if, else if, if else, if else, if like that condition statements will be available. If else if like that condition statements will be available. If one condition satisfy, then execute these commands. If condition not satisfy, then execute these commands. If a person age is greater than 18, allow for auto. If a person is age is not greater than 18, don't allow for the auto. If a person age is about 21 years, allow for the marriage, otherwise don't allow for the marriage. Like that, we will do some activities based on the conditions. We will do some activities based on the conditions. Okay, now if a file size is greater than 5 GB, then delete that file. If a file GB is greater than 10 GB, then take the backup of that file. If else, if a condition satisfy, then do some action. If a condition not satisfied, then do some other action. Are you able to follow my point, guys? Control statements are used to execute commands based on the conditions. Okay, if you want to check 2 conditions or 3 conditions, then we can go for this if else if conditional statements. If you want to, if we want to check several conditions, if we want to execute commands based on several conditions, too many conditions, several conditions based on too many conditions, then we will go for case statements. Example, it is like a switch case in the programming. It's like switch case in Java. It's like a switch case in the Java. In the scripting also, we can check the cases. If case 1, execute this. If case 2, execute this. If case 3, execute this. Case 4, execute this. Like that. If you want to check too many scenarios to execute the commands, then go for case statements. Loop. If you want to execute the commands multiple times, if you want to perform some action, loops are used to execute the commands multiple times based on condition. If else means they will execute only one time. If condition satisfied, execute the statement one time. If a condition not satisfied, execute the statement one time. If you want to execute some commands repeatedly, if we want to execute the commands repeatedly, based on the condition or criteria, then we can use loops. Loops are used to execute the commands based on the condition or based on criteria. Criteria. I want to execute the command for 20 times, then go for loop. If I want to execute the command for 20 times, then go for loop commands. Loops are used to execute. Now, next one, functions are used to perform actions. They are equal to methods in the Java. Functions are used to write the logic to perform some action. Functions are used to write the logic to perform some action. So if you want to do shell scripting, then you need to have knowledge on all these things, guys. Variables, control statements, case statements, and loops and functions. All these things you need to know if you want to work with shell scripting. What is shell scripting? Shell scripting is nothing but storing the set of commands in a file and executing is called as scripting. Storing set of commands in a file and executing is called as scripting. The script file we are executing by using shell, that's why it is called as shell scripting. Shell scripting we are going to use to automate our manual work. Shell scripting we are going to use to automate our manual work. In the project, we have some tasks. We will have some tasks that we need to perform regularly. In the real-time project, we will have some tasks that we have to perform regularly. So instead of executing the commands regularly, we can keep those commands in a file and we can execute that file. So we can easily perform our operation by using scripting. Okay, so now in order to work with the scripting, we need to have the knowledge on variables, control statements, case statements, loops, and functions. What is the purpose of variables? Variables are used to store the data. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. Like that, if you want to store some data, then we need a variable. Then here guys, no data types in the shell scripting. No data types not available, no data types. In the Java, we will have data types, no data types here. Everything is treated as text. Everything is treated as a text. Okay, there is no concept of data type. Generally, Java people or .NET people, sir, when you have a variable, then what about a data type? There is no data type concept here. Everything will be treated as a text only. We have only variables. What is the purpose of those variables? Variables are used to store the data. Name is equal to Raju. Name is a variable which is holding Raju value. Age is a variable which is holding 20. Gender is a variable which is holding male. So these are the variables. So variables are used to store the data. Then what about control statements? Control statements are used to execute the commands based on the condition. If a condition satisfies, then execute the command. If a condition not satisfied, then execute some other command. Like this. If you want to execute a command based on the condition, then you can go for if else in the scripting. Those are called conditional statements, or we can say control statements. Okay. Now, I want to check only 2 conditions or 3 conditions. Then you can go for if else. Suppose, for example, I want to check 30 conditions. Then it is not recommended to go with if else. If you want to check too many conditions, then go for cases statement, like a switch case in the Java. Switch case. If case 1, execute this command. If case 2, execute this command. If case 3, then execute this command. Like that, you can go for switch cases in the, you can go for cases in the scripting. Then what is the purpose of loop? Print the numbers from 1 to 10. I want to print the numbers from 1 to 10. That means I want to execute echo command to print the data. Okay, if you want to execute the same command repeatedly, or if you want to execute the same command multiple times, then you will go for loop concept. Loops are used to perform the operation repeatedly based on the condition, or based on the range, or based on the condition. Print the numbers 1 to 20, then 20 times you need to print it. For that, you can go for a loop. Then next one, functions. These are equal to methods in the Java. In the Java, we will have methods to perform the operations. Functions means methods in Java. Functions means methods in Java. Functions means methods in Java. If you want to perform some action, go to that location and delete that file. That is one action. You can do that action by writing a function. Functions are reusable. Functions are reusable. Are you guys clear with my point? What is shell? What is scripting? What is the shell scripting? How to create a script file? How to give execute permission for the script, and why we need to use the shell scripting? What are variables, control statements, case statements, loops, functions? Is this clear for everybody? Is this clear for everybody? Shall I move on to next topic now? Can we use all these things and write a script? Can we use all these things, write a script? Variables, control statements, case statements, loops, functions? Yes, very good. Very good. Now here, guys, I have given the notes yesterday. In that notes already, this scripting is available. Okay, fine. The examples I have given already in the notes. Fine. Variables are available here. Some basic scripts are available. Echo. What is the purpose of echo command? Echo command is used to print the data. Echo command is used to print the data. What is the purpose of read command? Read command is used to read the data. Then again echo command. Echo is used to print. This name is a variable. Whatever the data that you enter, that data will be stored into name variable, and that name variable value I am printing by using $of_name. So here, let me create one script now. Touch is the command which is used to create a empty file. Touch wish.sh. That file is created. Can you tell me how to edit that file? Do you know how to open a editor in the Linux? Do you know how to open a editor in the Linux? How to open the editor in the Linux? How to open editor in the Linux? Come on guys. vi space file name wish.sh. Do you have anything in this file? There is nothing in the file. So can you get into insert mode by pressing I? I'm in the insert mode. Echo. What is the purpose of echo? Echo is used to print the data. Whatever you have written there, it is going to print on the terminal. Echo, enter your name. Then I'm writing read command name. Read command name. What is the read and what is name? Read is a command which is used to read the data from the script, from the terminal. Name is a variable. Whatever you enter, that name, whatever the value enter, that value will be stored to name variable. Then what I am doing again, echo, hello, good evening. Good evening. How to access that variable? $. How to access that variable, guys? $. So this is my script. Echo command is used to print on the console. Echo is the command which is used to print on the console. Read is the command which is used to read the data, store into variable. Again echo command which is going to print good evening with the given name. Then save this file and quit. Could you please tell me how can I save this file and how can I quit this file? Escape : WQ. Fine. I closed that file. I have saved my commands in the file. The process of storing set of commands in the file is called as scripting. My script file is available with the .sh extension. Now, can I execute this file directly? Permission denied. Why I am unable to execute this file directly? What is the problem? Can you tell me what is the problem? Why the permission is denied to execute? We don't have a permission. Can you check the permission of that file? ls-l. What is my script file name? wish.sh. Do I have execute permission? I don't have it. How can I give the execute permission for this file? chmod u+x of wish.sh. chmod u+x wish.sh. Then /wish.sh. Enter your name. It is asking for my name. Echo command printed that name. Now it is asking my name. I am entering my name. Click on enter. Good evening, Ashok. So whatever the script I have written, is the script is executing as expected? Whatever the script I have written, is the script executing as expected? Yes, the script is executing as expected. Okay. Now, can we write a script with some conditions now? If condition, I will ask your name, enter your age. If age greater than or equal to 18, then you are eligible for marriage. Otherwise, you are not eligible for marriage. So this is our script. Every script file will start with the shebang. What is the shebang purpose, guys? What is the purpose of shebang? Shebang will represent which shell you are using to execute this script. Shebang will represent which shell you want to use to execute this script. I want to use bash shell. Now you see, echo, enter your name. Echo command is used to print the data. Then read name. Whatever the name you enter in the terminal, that value will be stored into name variable. Then again it is asking echo enter your age. Again, it is going to print on the console. Then read age. Whatever the value you enter, it will store into age variable. Then it is checking the condition. If age variable, how to access the variable? $of variable. If age greater than or equal to 18, then you are eligible for marriage. Else, you are not eligible for marriage. Fi, I'm closing that if condition. If condition satisfied, then execute this command. If condition not satisfied, then else execute this command. Then close the if statement by using Fi. Now, can I create a script file and can I execute this script now? I'm writing a file touch marriage.sh. Touch marriage.sh. vi marriage.sh. Now go to insert mode. Copy this script. Now I pasted fi nothing but end of if. Fi nothing but end of if statement. Clear? Now this is my shabong. I just copied and pasted here, guys. How to copy paste? Just right click, that will be pasted. If from the notepad, I'm copying this script and here I'm just pressing mouse right click. The data is pasted. Shabong, it is representing which shell we are using to execute this script. I'm using bash shell. Echo, enter your name. This will be printed on the terminal. Read name. Whatever the data you enter, it will store into name variable. Echo, enter your age. It will try to read the age. Then condition. If age greater than or equal to 18, then it is going to print this statement. If condition not satisfied else, then this statement will be printed. Fi represent end of if statement. End of if, that if is closed there. That is the meaning of that. Save this, colon, WQ, come out, chmod, u plus x, marriage.sh. I have given execute permission dot slash marriage.sh. It is asking enter your name. My name is Ashok. Enter your age. My age is 29. Ashok, you are not eligible for marriage. Why? What is the wrong in the script? Age greater than or equal to 18, then you are, it should print eligible for marriage, na? What is wrong here? Anything mistake? My age I have given 29. If the age is 29, then it is greater than or equal to 18. Whatever the 18 I have given, that is satisfying, then echo, it should execute this, else it should execute this. If then, yeah, then we have to use line number 29, unary operator expected. Vi marriage.sh. Vi marriage.sh. Echo, enter your name. That's fine. Echo, enter your name, read name. Echo, enter your age, read age. If age greater than or equal to 18, then it should print you are eligible for marriage, else you are not eligible for marriage. This right. Colon WQ, enter your name, enter your age, syntax error near expected token else. Yeah, that means we need to give that then keyword. Vi space marriage.sh. whenever you give fi, then it's mandatory that then keyword should be available. If then echo if greater than or equal to something like this. Let's try colon wq dollar of marriage this. Okay, you are not eligible. Unary operator expected. Line number 6. One second. Syntax error in conditional. Vi marriage.sh. I think 2 statements it's not taking. If age -gi, let me give this wq dot marriage.sh, give some name, then age. Yes, it's correct now. So when I give -ge instead of greater than or equal to, I'm giving -ge greater than or equal to, then it's working now. Enter your name as Ashok, enter your age as 29. Ashok, you are eligible for marriage. Let's execute the same script by giving some less number. Enter your name Raju, enter your age 15. Now what it is saying that Raju, you are not eligible for marriage. Raju, you are not eligible for marriage because our condition is age should be greater than or equal to 18, then only it is displaying you are eligible for marriage. Okay, if you are giving age as a 15, then it is saying that you are not eligible for marriage. Now see the script again, marriage.sh. Now what is happening here? Age -ge greater than or equal to. Guys, see here, for greater than or equal to, what I am using, first I have used greater than equal to, but when I am giving greater than or equal to, it's not working, so I have used -ge. Ge represents greater than or equals, so this is symbol is equal to this character. These characters are equal to this is symbol. Instead of writing greater than or equal to, I'm writing -ge, then it is working. Clear with my point? Now, less than -le. Instead of greater than or equal to, I'm giving -g, then it is working. For less than or equal to, -le. For less than or equal to, -le. Are you clear how to execute control statements in the script? Are you able to understand how to execute control statements in the script? If a condition satisfied, now I am reading the name and I am reading the age. If age is greater than or equal to 18, then execute this statement, else execute this statement. So that is if else we are using. If and else we are using. Next, variables. I am given some theory points for the variables. Variables are used to store the data. Variables are used to store the data. Okay, now if you want to print the value of the variable also, you can create a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, course echo values of a and values of b. Okay, right, like this you can take this variables. You can take this variables, create one script with the variables, create one script with the variables, touch variables dot sh. I'm creating a file vi space variables dot sh, vi space variables dot sh, insert mode. Then I'm writing this. Now see, a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20, course is equal to Linux. So these are three variables. Values of a, to print the value of the variable $a, to print the value of the variable b, $b I am writing. It is always recommended to write shebang as the first line of the script. What is the purpose of the shebang, guys? What is the purpose of the shebang? Shebang represents which shell we are using. Shebang represents which shell we are using. I'm using bash shell. Okay, now save it, colon WQ. Now give the permission chmod u plus x of variables dot sh. Now dot slash variables dot sh. Now value of a is 10, values of b is 20. A variable holding 10 value, b variable holding 20 value. That is what we have given here. That is what we have given here. And the next one, guys, in the Java, command line arguments, na? In the Java, command line arguments, right? Whenever you are executing a program, you will supply the value in the command line argument. Similarly, you can also write the command line arguments in the scripting. We can here, this is the command to execute the script. When I'm executing this command, I can pass the values with the space as a separator. These are called command line arguments. The arguments we will pass after the script name at the time of execution are called as command line arguments. Command line arguments, the arguments which we will pass after script name at the time of execution are called as command line arguments. If you want to supply any data dynamically to that script file, you want to pass some values dynamically to the script file, then you can go for command line arguments. Now see here, I am having a script file variables dot slash variables dot sh. I want to pass some value. Linux is easy. So here, these are three command line arguments I'm supplying to the script now. The data that you pass after the variable name at the time of execution are called as command line arguments. Command line arguments will be separated by using space. Command line arguments will be separated by using space. How to read the command line arguments in the script? This is the syntax. $# represents how many command line arguments you are passing. $0 will tell you what is the name of the script. $1 will tell you first argument that you are supplying. $2 will tell you second argument you are supplying. $* will tell you all arguments you are supplying. Okay, now let me create one script file. Touch cmd.aux.sh. Touch cmd.aux.sh. vi cmd.aux.sh. I'm editing this file. Insert mode. What are the things available? $# represents all the arguments. Echo $#. Okay. Next one. Echo $0. Echo $0. Echo $1. Echo $1. Echo $2. Echo $*. Echo $*. $# will represent what, guys? $# will represent what? Number of arguments. $0 represents name of the script we are executing. $1 will represent first argument that you are supplying to the script. 2 represents second arg. 3 represents third arg. Star represents all args. Okay, now save this file. 2 arguments it is expecting. Now chmod u plus x cmd.aux.sh, sending the data to the script dynamically, guys. I don't want to hard code the data. I don't want to fix the data for the variables. I want to pass the value dynamically. Suppose I want to give some file name. I want to give some file name. File names are keep on changing. So every time I don't want to modify the script to read the file data. Are you getting my point? I will give the file name dynamically. How can I give this? /cmdocs space cmdocs space Linux is easy. Now execute it. Oh, sorry. .aux.sh. Linux is easy. Now you see, is it printing 3 and file name, first argument, second argument, all the arguments. Are you able to see 3 here? Why 3 printed? 3 arguments I have sent. $# I used. Number of arguments I am supplying to this script file. It is printing. $0 name of the script. My script name is printed. $1 my first argument is printed. Linux. I have supplied Linux as a first argument. $2 my second argument is printed. Is $* all the arguments I have supplied, they are printed. Now tell me, what is command line arguments in the scripting? What is the purpose of command line arguments in the scripting? Guys, what is the purpose of command line arguments in the scripting? Can anyone tell me? What is the purpose of command line arguments in the scripting? Dynamic programming, dynamic values. To pass the values dynamically to the script file, I am going to use this command line arguments. Suppose I want to read the file data. I want to read the file data. Can you fix the file name? Every day I want to read the file data, new file data. So now I don't want to fix the file name. I want to pass the file name dynamically. I want to pass the file name dynamically. How can we pass the file name dynamically? By using arguments, we can pass the data dynamically. By using arguments, we can pass the data dynamically. Do you know how to read the arguments in the script file? Do you know how to read the arguments in the script file? $1, $2, $3, $*, $0, like this. If you use $*, it is going to get all the arguments. If you want to read a particular argument, that argument number, I'm supplying 3 arguments. This is first argument, this is the second argument, and this is third argument. How can I print number of arguments I have supplied? $# will print number of arguments. Okay. Command line arguments are used to supply the values dynamically to the script file. Command line arguments are used to supply values to script file dynamically. If you want to pass any data dynamically to the script file, then you can use this command line arguments. You can use these command line arguments. Okay. And your favorite program, sum of 2 numbers. Your favorite program, sum of 2 numbers. Are you able to understand how to perform sum of 2 numbers? Now you see ash not bin bash. What is this, guys? Can I call it as a shabong? Can I call it as a shabong? Come on, guys. Can I call it as a shabong? Can I call it as a shabong? Can I call this as a shabong? Yes, this is a shabong. And this is a comment. Ash represents a comment. Comment means it is used to provide some information about the command. It will not execute. It is not going to execute. It is just to improve the readability. Comments. Comments means they are not going to execute. Echo, learn bash scripting. It is going to print this bash scripting. A is equal to 2, B is equal to 4. These are variables. Again, ash means it is not going to execute. It is just a comment. Then C is equal to $A plus $B. This is sum of 2 numbers. This is the sum of two numbers. Then I am printing echo result to the console. Echo $A plus $B is equal to $C. It is going to perform sum of two numbers. The sum value it is going to print on the terminal. To print, we are using echo. Ash means comment. Ash means comment. This is shabang, which is shell we are using. This is a comment. Echo learn bash scripting. It will print to the terminal. A is equal to 2, B is equal to 4. I'm storing the values to the variable. Again, I'm writing a comment, single line comment. Then C is equal to $A plus $B, sum of two numbers, sum of two variables. Then again, ash reading purpose, echo, it is going to print. Now, copy this script, adding two numbers, numbers.sh. Clear this, create a script file, touch sum.sh. Okay, vi sum.sh. Go to insert mode, right click. Now I have pasted. Guys, see, whatever the line which is starting with ash, is it displaying in the blue colors? The lines which are starting with ash, they are displaying in the blue color or not? So what is the meaning of the line which is starting with, what is the meaning of the line which is starting with ash? What is the meaning of the line which is starting with ash? They are commented lines. Are they, those commented lines will execute or commented lines will not execute? Commented lines will execute or commented lines will not execute? Commented lines will not execute. Then what is the purpose of those comments? Commented lines are not going to execute. Then what is the purpose of those comments? To improve the readability. That means what this line is doing, I am printing, I am writing as a comment. What this line is doing, I am writing as a comment. What this line is doing, I am writing as a comment. Okay, comments are just for readability purpose. Comments are just for readability purpose. How to represent a comment in the shell scripting file? Ash. Ash will represent a single line comment. That means this line is commented. This line is commented. Okay. Now save this script. Save this script and execute. Before that, chmod u plus x sum.sh. Chalo. /sum.sh. Learn bash scripting 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. Are we able to perform sum of two numbers using scripting? Are we able to perform sum of two numbers using scripting? Yes, we are able to perform sum of two numbers by using scripting. This is a single line comment. Can we do multi-line comments? Can we do multi-line comments? How to do the multi-line comment? That means multiple lines in the file I don't want to execute. If I don't want to execute a single line, I will give ash. If I keep multiple, if I don't want to execute multiple lines, this will represent, this is a single line comment. This is a single line comment. Here, these things are available. This is a multi-line comment in the bash scripting. Starting point, ending point. Whatever is there inside this will not execute because it is a multi-line comment. Multi-line comments. Comments.sh. Touch comments.sh. How to keep the comments in the script? I have written some command, but I don't want to execute the command now. You can just comment it. If you don't want to execute multiple commands in the script, then you can go for multi-line comment. Vi comments.sh. Vi comments.sh. Insert mode. You just copy this. You just copy this. Okay. How can you understand single line comment and multi-line comment? How can you understand single line comment and multi-line comment? Guys, come on. How can you understand single line comment and multi-line comment? Single line comment will be represented by ash. Okay, fine. Here, can you tell me what is the output of this script? What is the output of this script? By looking at the script, can you tell me what it is going to print on the terminal? Nothing, huh? Nothing will print, huh? Only good day, na? Not Oreo, only good one. Here this line will be printed, this line will be printed, remaining things are commented. This is commented line, this is commented. Okay, this is not commented, this is not commented. Okay, this line also will be printed now. Chalo. Now chmod u plus x comments dot sh dot slash comments dot sh. Learn bash scripting. Good day. 2 echo statements are there outside the comments. So those 2 statements printed. 2 statements are there outside the comments. Those 2 statements got printed. See here, this is outside the comment. This is outside of the comment. Those 2 statements printed. Okay. Fine. Sleep command is there, which is used to stop the scripting for some time. I want to stop the scripting for some time. Then I can go for sleep command, guys. Okay. Script command. Now, yeah, here I have given correctly greater than or equal to -ge. Here I have given that correctly. -ge represents greater than or equal to. We are already done with this example. Now there is a concept called if else if, guys. If else if you want to check the conditions, multiple conditions, then you can go for if else if. If else if. Now you see, if color is equal to red, you are cheerful. If color is equal to blue, you are lucky. Else you are both. Here how many conditions I am checking? One condition I am checking, or multiple conditions I am checking? One condition I am checking, or multiple conditions? 2 conditions I am checking. 2 conditions I am checking. How to check the 2 conditions in the script? Can I say if elif? In the Java it is else if. In the scripting it is elif. Elif. If color is equal to red, then execute this statement. Elif color is equal to blue, then execute this. If a color is not red, not blue, then execute this statement. Okay. Now statements.sh. What is the file I'm going to create now? Statements.sh. Touch statements.sh. Okay, vi statements.sh. Insert mode, paste. Now check the script. Could you please check the script now? Echo is used to print on the console. Read color. It is going to read the data from the terminal. Whatever the color you enter, it will store into color variable. If you enter the text as red, then this statement will be printed. If you enter the text as blue, then this statement will be printed. If color is not red, not blue, then this statement will be printed. So if you want to check only one condition, if else. If you want to check more than one condition, if elif. If elif. Okay, red, blue having conditions. chmod u plus x statements dot sh dot slash statements dot sh. Choose your color from red, blue, green. Red, you are cheerful. Suppose if I give color as blue, you are lucky. If I give any other color, yellow, what it is saying? You are both. So if elif conditions are working, if elif conditions are working or not? Yeah. So now tell me when to go for if else and when to go for if elif. When to go for if else and when to go for if elif. Come on. If you want to check just one condition, if you want to check just one condition, then go for if. If you want to check multiple conditions, then if elif. Okay. Next case, if you want to check several conditions, guys. If you want to check several conditions, several conditions. Then what we will do? Case statement. Then what I will do? Case statement. Now here I'm giving fruit is equal to banana. If a fruit in apple, then it will print this statement. If a fruit is banana, then it will print this statement. If a fruit is kiwi, then it will print this statement. This is case statement. If you want to check so many conditions, then you can go for case statements like this. Case statements like this. Okay. Now write this here. Clear touch case.sh, cases.sh, vi cases.sh, insert, paste. Now see the script here. Fruit is what? Can I say fruit is a variable? Fruit is what? Can I say fruit is a variable? Yes, fruit is a variable which is having the value. Then case fruit in condition. If it is apple, execute this. If it is banana, am I writing if statement or directly I'm writing a case statement? Directly I'm writing a case. When you have multiple conditions, then we should go for this. This double semicolon to separate one case with the another case. Double semicolon will separate one case with the another case. These are scripting syntaxes, guys. Right, now execute chmod u plus x cases.sh. Okay, /cases.sh. I gave the fruit name as banana, so it is executing banana case. I gave the fruit name as banana, it is executing banana case now. Cases. Okay, switch kind of thing, switch case kind of thing. Next one, loops. What is the purpose of loops? To execute same thing for multiple times. I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. I want to print the number I from 1 to 10. I want to print the number from 1 to 10. Echo 1, echo 2, echo 3. Instead of writing the echo statement for 10 times, I'm keeping echo statement in the loop. It is used to print numbers from 1 to 10. Print the numbers from 1 to 10. Now let me go for touch loop.sh, touch loop.sh, vi loop.sh. Inside this loop, I'm writing the syntax to print the numbers from 1 to 10. I want to print the numbers from 1 to 10. Got my point? Print the numbers from 1 to 10. For I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. Do echo of dollar of I. Dollar of I means I variable. I is equal to 1. It will execute I less than or equal to 10. 10 times the loop is going to execute. 10 times the loop is going to execute. chmod u plus x of loop.sh. chmod u plus x loop.sh $/ loop.sh. Are we able to print the numbers from 1 to 10? Are we able to print the numbers from 1 to 10 by using a loop? Yes, we are able to print the numbers from 1 to 10 by using loop. Shell scripting here. For loop is available and while loop is also available, guys. You can go for loop or you can go for while loop also. For loop, while loop, until loop is also available. In the Linux, we have a until loop also. The basic difference between while loop and until loop is that while loop stops when the condition is false, but until loop stops when the condition is true. If condition is true, then I want to stop the until loop until I greater than count variable. I is equal to 0, count variable greater than 10. Okay. If I value is greater than 10, if condition is true, then the loop is going to stop. Okay. While loop you can use and until loop also you can use in the scripting. While loop, until loop. And the last concept here, functions in the scripting. Functions in the scripting. Guys, could you please tell me what is a function? in the scripting? What is a function in the scripting? What is the purpose of function? What is a function? With the help of functions, overall functionality of a function can be divided into smaller logical parts, which can be called to perform their task. It will help us to check our program part by part. We can reuse the functions wherever we want. Functions are used to perform some action. Functions are used to perform some action. Now see here, I want to print one statement. Welcome to Ashok IT. I'm writing this inside a function. In order to create a function, we are using a keyword called function keyword. Then I'm calling that function. Writing a function and I'm calling that function. Writing the function and calling the function. Now see here, take this, touch function1.sh, vi function1.sh, insert mode, write it. Now here this is a commented line and this is a shabong. Here I am writing a function. Inside the function I am executing echo command. Function welcome. Inside the function I am writing a echo command. Calling that function, just I am giving the welcome name to call that function. That's it. Colon wq ch mode u plus x of function1.sh dot slash function1.sh. Are we able to call that function welcome to Ashok IT? Are we able to call that function welcome to Ashok IT? Here functions are used to perform some actions and functions are reusable. Functions are used to perform some action and functions are reusable. Write a function and call the function. Guys, now functions are nothing but methods in the Java. We will write the method in the Java to perform some action. For methods, we can pass the parameters. Similarly, for functions also, we can pass the parameters. What is the meaning of $1? Reading the first command line argument, right? $1 is used to read the command line argument. When I am calling the function, not only for script, even for the function also you can pass the argument. Welcome is the name of the function. For this I am passing Linux. That means it is going to print welcome to Linux. Welcome AWS. It is going to print welcome to AWS. Welcome DevOps. It is going to print welcome to DevOps. $1 is used to read the function argument. For this function, I am passing this argument. Now take this, passing parameters to function. I will create one more function, touch function2.sh, vi function2.sh, insert mode, write the value. Now look at this script, guys. Look at this script now. Shabang, defining the function. I'm writing a function. Inside the function, I have a echo statement. That echo statement expecting $1. $1 nothing but first command line argument. $1 is nothing but first command line argument. Now I'm calling that function. Welcome Linux. That means when I call this function, I'm passing Linux, $1. The Linux is the first argument for the function, $1 is coming. Welcome AWS. That means here I am calling the function first time. Here I am calling the same function second time. Here I am calling the same function third time. Same function I am calling 3 times with 3 different parameters. Same function I am calling 3 times with 3 different parameters. Are you able to understand this? Are you able to understand this? Writing a function, calling a function, calling the function with parameters. Kumar, you are not able to understand, huh? Are we doing any rocket science here, man? Just writing a function, calling a function. What is there not to understand? Scripting, DevOps engineer के लिए scripting is required that we are going to do in the Jenkins. Here we are understanding the basic scripting. In the Jenkins, we are going to use this scripting to automate our deployment tasks. Okay. Function overloading, function overriding, those all are Java programming concepts, will not applicable here, guys. So don't expect everything is there in Java programming is supported by scripting. No. Sir, can we use collections? Can we use multi-threading? All those things are not available here. It is just a scripting. It is just a scripting. Okay. So can anyone tell me what is the purpose of a function? Function is used to perform some action. Inside the function, we can write the commands. How to call that function? Just outside the function, write the name of the function so that we can call that function. Can we pass the parameters to the function? Just in the Java, you will call the function with the parameters, but just you give the function name, that is called invoking the function. This is the argument I am passing for the function. Linux is the argument for the function. Now look at this script. How many times I am calling this function? How many times I am calling this function? 3 times. Same argument I am passing or different arguments I am passing? Same argument or different arguments? Different arguments. Okay. Escape :WQ chmod u plus x of functions dot 2.sh. Oh, function 2. Okay, sorry. Function 2.sh / function 2.sh. Now can you see the function is executed with 3 echo statements? 3 times the function is called with 3 different values. The function is called with 3 different values. Clear? Clear? Fine. Next up, guys, here I have given write a script to find greater of 2 numbers. How to find out? I'm trying to read the 2 numbers and it is going to tell you which number is a greater number. Reading the first number, storing into a variable, reading the second number, storing into b variable. If a greater than b, then greater number is a, else greater number is b. Checking which number is greater in the 2 numbers. Checking which number is greater in the 2 numbers, I have given one sample script, and these are some interview questions that commands whatever we learned, these things we are discussing here. Writing a script to find greater of 2 numbers, greater.sh. You can take this. Touch greater.sh. vi greater.sh. Which number is greater number? I just want to print it. See the script now. Echo, enter first number, read a. Echo is used to print, read is used to store the data into that a variable. Echo, enter second number, read b. Read the data, store into b variable. If a variable value greater than b variable value, then greater number is a, else greater number is b. Just checking which number is greater in the given 2 numbers. Which number is greater in the given 2 numbers? Good. / greater.sh. Enter first number 5. Enter 4, second number. Okay. Greater.sh command not found. There is a mistake here also. Can you see here where is the mistake? If $A greater than $B, then echo greater number is A, else echo greater number is B, then F5. Close it. Close it. Not greater than or equal to. greater than, just GT, just GT. Right. Insert mode. First number 4, second number 3. Command not found. Line number 6, command not found. Which command? I think here some spaces are required in the if statement. Yeah, that semicolon, I think it's not mandatory. If $A hyphen greater than $B, then echo, else echo FI. Try this. WQ / greater dot sh. Enter number 10, first number, enter number 5, second number. Yeah, now fine. Greater number is 10. Let's try once again. Greater dot sh, enter first number as 30, enter second number as 50, greater number is 50. Now the script is working. Okay, here I am semicolon, here semicolon, then here space. Earlier I have not given the space. Now after giving the space, it is working. It is used to find out in the given two numbers which is the big number. In the given two numbers which is the big number, it is checking that. Okay, fine. Guys, there next. Here some questions I have given just for reading purpose. For just reading purpose, I have given some questions here. You can go through those questions and you can learn this. This file I have already uploaded yesterday. Again, I will upload this file because some corrections I have made for the scripts. There are some mistakes in that script. I have corrected these now. I'm going to upload these things. Okay, guys. Tomorrow we don't have a class. Our scripting, basic scripting concepts are completed. Tomorrow we don't have a class. Sunday we have a free workshop on AWS directly. What is this AWS now? Guys, as I told you, Linux is completed now. Linux class is completed now. From this Sunday, 17th April 2022, AWS is starting. AWS classes will start. From 17th onwards, AWS classes are going to start. 17th, demo session is there on the 17th. Regular classes for AWS from 18th April. AWS is going to take 1 month. After AWS, DevOps classes are going to start. Okay, so we don't have a class tomorrow. We have a next class on 17th. 17th we have a demo on the AWS. Demo session is there on the AWS on 17th at 7 p.m. That is Sunday at 7 p.m. I will explain you what is AWS, why AWS, what are the services in the AWS. Then from Monday, AWS classes are going to start at 7 p.m. IST. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I hope you understood what is this Linux, basics of Linux, how much is required for you as a programmer or as a DevOps engineer. What are the Linux commands that we need to know? What is the basics of the scripting that we understood? When I'm going to explain the DevOps, whenever the scripting is required, there I'm going to focus more on the scenario, what type of scripts we need to write. In the DevOps classes, I'm going to tell you the scripting according to the requirement. Here we just understood syntax of the script. What are the basic scripting only we have done here. The actual script that is required for us in the DevOps classes, we are going to cover there. Okay, tomorrow no class. Our Linux classes are completed. From this Sunday, AWS classes are going to start at 7 p.m. Sunday 7 p.m. AWS demo is available. I'm going to give the complete overview on AWS on this Sunday. From Monday, regular classes will start for AWS. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, all of you. We'll meet again on Sunday.